95% of Americans who plan to buy a home in the next 5 years say something is stopping them right now. High prices, high rates, down payment concerns, monthly payment worries. 95%. It's not a fringe group. It's almost every future buyer in America sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the math to math. I'm Michael Barbino. I've been in this market for over 20 years. I currently track 287 origin markets feeding into Hillsborough County, Tampa, using Corridor IQ. And while 95% of future buyers are waiting, the buyers already in the pipeline into Tampa Bay didn't wait. Let me show you what that looks like currently. The 2026 Future Home Buyers Report found that the top barriers keeping buyers on the sidelines, I'm sure you've heard this: high home prices cited by 48%, concerns about a monthly payment 40%, high mortgage rates 33%, and then the inability to afford a down payment 33%. Also, 63% of future buyers say they can only spend less than the median U.S. home price. These are real concerns. The math is genuinely harder than it was 3 years ago. Should have kept math the same. But here's what the data shows. 54% of future buyers said that a little drop in price would prompt them to start shopping again. 38% said falling mortgage rates would move them forward. Therefore, they're not out of the market. They're waiting for a signal. Now, let me show you what buyers already moving are doing. The 287 corridors feeding buyers into Tampa right now. Across those corridors, buyers are arriving in Tampa spending anywhere from 15 to 50% less than the home they left behind. That math we like that math. Therefore, none of them are waiting for a price drop. None of them are waiting for a rate to fall. They did a different calculation, a different math. They looked at their current market, possibly their tax burden every year, possibly their property values plateauing, and decided, move made more sense, whether that's financial, made more sense than waiting. And here's the two different groups. The buyers waiting for perfect conditions are running a single variable calculation. They're waiting for one number: rates, prices, monthly payment, waiting for it to move. The buyers already in the pipeline are running a multi-variable calculation: current tax burden, purchasing power differential, cost of ownership over time, that's a big one, and then also quality of life premium. When you run all four of those variables, the maths, before the rates move, before the prices drop, before the signal most buyers are waiting for. The report also shows something worth paying attention to. Drives me crazy. Some of this. 37% of future buyers plan to use AI. That's a simple one. 28% turn to social media. It's definitely a large number. More than half said they lack confidence in their knowledge of the home buying process. That's a peeve of mine. The buyers who are ready to move financially and emotionally, but they don't have the framework to understand when the math actually works for them. Therefore, that's not a rate problem. It's an information problem. And that's where I come in. I'm a licensed real estate broker, licensed mortgage loan officer, a couple pieces of the transaction. I can run a full calculation, what you can actually afford, what the loan structure fits for your situation, and then what the local inventory looks like in your budget before you ever tour a home. I have both licenses. It means the market intelligence I use to find the right property is the same intelligence I use to structure the right loan. One conversation, full picture before the first showing, before you ever see a house, before you ever take the first step. Real important. I don't track rates as they're going to move. Nobody knows that. I track the buyers who already did the math, corridor by corridor, and decided Tampa Bay was the answer before the headlines told them it was. 287 corridors. The buyers in those corridors are not waiting for a perfect condition. They're creating their own math and arriving in this market financially prepared, deliberate, before the window the sideline buyers are waiting for ever opens. The sideline buyers and the pipeline buyers are headed into the same market. Just one group is going to get there first. And this isn't a trend. It's a pipeline. And this is what it looks like before it happens.